Hey everyone, if you're new here, my name is Hannah and welcome to my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe to be a part of the family. Now let's jump into the video. So the other day I kind of had an idea and I figured that it would work really well because I'll be moving in the next couple of weeks and I'm going to need some videos pre-recorded to obviously last the moving journey. So I figured I'm going to do my top 5s in all different categories and do like a playlist for you guys so that if you're ever stuck you can come back and have a look at the whole playlist. Sometimes people are only interested in one thing, so I'm not going to put this all together in one big giant favourites video. I'm just going to do my top 5s out of every category. I don't have a couple of categories here because I haven't tried enough, like concealers. I do obviously have more than 5 concealers, but I have like 6, so I can't really say my top 5. But things like primers, foundation, palettes, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to split it up into categories so that you guys can choose which ones you want to watch and so on, and make a playlist out of it. But anyway, let's just jump into the video. So today I'm going to start off with primers. So I've picked out my top 5 most used, most loved primers. There is one that's sort of on the lower end of high end, but the others are just, they're all just high end. So I'm sorry guys, that's just my preference. So first up I have, these are in no particular order either by the way, because I don't really have like an absolute favourite. So first up, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte. This primer is really good if you have oily skin. It's going to keep you matte all day. It has got that moisturising component as well, but it's more on the mattifying side. So if you are very oily, this is going to keep your oils at bay. And yeah, you're going to be matte all day. That rhymed. But yeah, I really do enjoy using this, especially with the Pro Filter foundation. It definitely keeps my face matte all day. And yeah, I really love this. This is $46 Australian, I think. I don't know how much it is in US, but in Australian dollars it is $46, I think. She's quite expensive, but she lasts a while. I've barely gone through this and I use it a lot, so very good primer for the money. Next up we have the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is obviously the small bottle. I only got the sample and I still haven't gone through it yet, and I use it quite a bit as well. This one I love mostly because it is very hydrating and moisturising. So on those days where my skin is more on the drier side, I like to use something like this. It does have a really good scent as well, which makes it awesome. Yeah, I just really love the way this feels on my face, and mostly I use this for that reason. Just to make my skin feel moisturised, hydrated, nourished, you know, all of those good words. So yeah, basically that's why I would use this one, and I love the scent as well. It's a really good primer for the price. I think this little sample size is 22 Australian dollars. I'm not quite sure about the large one because I've never had the large one, I've only ever had the small one. But there's still quite a bit of this left. I don't have to use much, just like one pump is sufficient enough for a whole face. Love this too. Next up we have the Benefit Porefessional. So this is basically an oil-free kind of silicone primer because it's going to get into your large pores and sort of like smooth them over. Obviously it doesn't go deep into your large pores because like nothing actually gets into your pores. But this is going to sort of sit on your pores and sort of push in and just smooth out everything. So if you've got fine lines, large pores, you know, anything that you just don't want to really show, this is going to smooth out everything so nicely. I have found similar products to this, like the NYX Pore Filler, which is very similar, except I still prefer to use this one. It just has a little bit of a better consistency when squeezing it out of the tube. Well, yeah, I really like this one, especially for my enlarged pores. It definitely does a good job at hiding them. Next up we have the Kat Von D Lock-It Primer. Once again, this is one of my favourites for if I have a little bit more of a dry skin day. It's very hydrating and moisturising. This doesn't really have like a scent to it. It's just more on the, you know, regular moisturiser side of primers, I guess. It's just really moisturising. It actually kind of feels more like a moisturiser than a primer. But it does a really good job at keeping my face feeling like it's hydrated and feeling nourished. So that's the reasons that I love this one. I like to have my skin feeling nice before I put foundation on. It doesn't feel nice because you've put on like a primer that's really tightening or, you know, anything like that. It's just going to make you feel uncomfortable for the rest of the day. So I like to use this basically for that reason. And last of all, for my top 5 primers, this is the Mecca Cosmetica Lit From Within Illuminating Primer. So this is like a little sample that I got out of a beauty box thing that I got from Mecca. And this is actually really nice. So this doesn't have any glitters or anything dumb like that in it, but it does give the skin just a really nice like lit from within glow, which is really nice to put under any kind of foundation really. So if you want your matte foundation to be slightly less matte, I'd put on something like this. It makes it look really nice and really natural as well. Not that makeup looks natural. But if you also want your sort of dewy illuminating foundation to look a little bit more dewy and illuminating, then this one's good for that as well. It's a really good base. It's actually really hydrating and really moisturizing as well, as I've said for the last like 2 primers, but that is something that I look for. It makes your skin feel nice, and this I think is way more affordable. I think this is like maybe max $30 for the full size. Maybe this is the full size. I think this is the full size. Yeah. It seems like the full size compared to the Fenty, so I think this actually is a full size. It is. And yeah, I just really love this because it just gives you a really nice natural radiance. It's also really good if you're not going to use a foundation as well. It just gives the skin a really nice glow for like a natural days where you're not really wearing any makeup at all. And yeah, it's just one of my favorites, and those are the reasons why. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope seeing my top 5s and the reasons why I like them helped you in some way in deciding if any of these might be good for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.